But yeah, man. Man, when you walked in here today, and I was watching Game of Thrones, season 1, episode 9, baby. I still get, spoiler alert, but I still cannot get over that. Like, every time I see Ned Stark's head getting chopped off, still sitting there wondering, like, how's he gonna get out of this?
Yeah,
he's the good guy, you know.
Yeah,
trying to be noble
every
and honorable, and
it's like we've been conditioned with every other show that that guy's just gonna find a miraculous way to survive.
Both
and
of
Game of Thrones, like, fuck that idea. We're gonna kill him.
Well, George R.R. Martin has always said that he wants the danger to feel real. He doesn't want you to just expect that the hero's gonna, or the good guy's gonna win. You know, especially in the face of extreme odds. You know, he doesn't have any allies up there.
Well, I guess there's a little bit of that now in the show with the remaining children.
Yeah,
they're kind of like survivors. Well, big time.
Well, they've learned. They've learned exactly what's happened to them just by their experiences, and they're very like caught everything that they do. And yeah, man, it's a
in that episode, Arya is watching while it all happens. You know, they say that he's gonna live if he tells the truth, but he can. And then they kill him anyways.
And then bam, Joffrey's like, nope, sorry, son.
Yeah. Which you always know Joffrey's a douche, but I don't think it's until that point that you're like,
yeah, I mean, he does some pretty, you know, you're just kind of like, yeah, this kid's kind of a dick, but man, when he becomes king, it's like a whole different Joffrey, man. He just takes it up to 11 and just says, fuck you all, I'm the king, I'm gonna do what I want.
So we're obviously huge fans of the show. How many times have you watched the show through, Ryan?
Oh God, man, at least 5 times. At least
5. That's a lot. I've watched it too.
That's being conservative on that number.
Episodes here and there.
Yeah,
everywhere. It's kind of like South Park.
Oh, I'll go back and watch. Oh man, I've seen so many. I haven't seen like every South Park episode that many times, but there's a few of them that I'll go back and watch and just laugh my ass off. One of the best ones that I love to go back and watch is the Theory of Evolution one. It's like a 2-part episode, but there's this segment in it where Mr. Garrison explains the theory of evolution to the kids.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
God, it is so funny, man. If you are listening, go YouTube that clip because it is one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. And then they freeze Cartman, and he goes like 500 years in the future.
Oh my God!
They're all arguing about what they should call their new, I guess, religion or organization or whatever. Like the.
Oh yeah. I'm curious. So what does he say? If you can remember, what does he say about the evolution to the kids?
Well, he's somehow had a retarded baby. And then it made love to another retarded fish. And then that fish somehow grew hands and crawled up on the sand. And then that fish had sex with a fish squirrel or something like that. And he just keeps going all the way up. And then he's like, and that made you. And then Cartman is freaking out about something totally unrelated. And he's like, and he freaks out and runs out of the room. And Garrison's like, see, I told you this would happen. I told you if we taught evolution, this was going to happen.
Oh, but, my God.
God, I love that 2-part episode. It's one of my favorites.
It sounds funny. I have to watch that one. Yeah. I don't know if I remember learning about evolution in school, but I don't know. I might just not have a good memory, or maybe I was just...
I think we did a little bit.
Didn't really care at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. But there's also a good line which I always actually steal from South Park, and so Garrison meets up with Richard Dawkins, who's the author of the Theory of Evolution, right? Mm-hmm. So they develop this love connection or whatever. So that makes Garrison turn into this huge theory of evolutionist. So he completely goes the other way, and so he's sitting there. Dawkins comes into the classroom and starts teaching it, and then Stan kind of chimes in, and he's like, "Well, the theory of evolution, it can be the question to how, but it doesn't have to be the question to why. And I'm like, that. I mean, that sums it up perfectly. Like,
Yeah.
you can still believe in evolution without having to disregard religion. You know,
Sure.
because it can be two different questions that you're answering. You know,
Huh.
so
That's a good point.
yeah, I always steal that. I steal a lot of things from South Park, which is kind of ridiculous, but that's all right. I love it.
They're really smart.
Dude, they hit the nail on the head
They
so
really
many
do.
times.
People weren't so easily offended.
yeah, there's a message behind all.
Yeah,
of
there's
it, you
a
know?
yeah.
At least they're used in the most recent episodes. I guess they still kind of do it, but they're way more. They've gotten away from like the adventure stuff with the kids, and they've kind of gotten a little more political, I guess.
Yeah.
And very very current.
They don't
current
learn to hold
events.
anything back. They're just like
Yeah, but
raunchy and
they
hilarious.
still. I mean, they still put out some good DM episodes though.
20 plus seasons.
Yeah.
It's a damn good run.
Yeah, I can't wait till they
I'd
come
love
back
to have
on.
something like that in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, this beer is delicious. Boulevard Tank 7. Hey, if you want to sponsor the show,
Boulevard, yeah.
hit me up.
Live studio audience.
Yeah.
The Boulevard Brewery.
Surrounded by Cows Podcast at gmail.com. Hit me up. But yeah, I mean, going back to Game of Thrones, man, that shit, I still can't get over the whole Ned Stark thing, and then, I mean, Tyrion is by far my favorite. I mean, that guy.
Tyrion's
awesome.
pretty badass.
He's the best. He's the bee's knees, man.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Goddamn Game of Thrones.
for sure.
There's so much to talk about with Game of Thrones.
I know where to start, and I hate like spoiling stuff. But if you haven't seen it by now, you know that's your problem. So I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, Tyrion's the best. I'm really sad about Oberyn. Oberyn Martell was by far one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
He was probably second to Tyrion.
He was out for revenge.
Yeah, and he just got too cocky.
What was he, the Viper?
Yeah, when he fought the Mountain, he just got too cocky. He had it won. All he had to do was just let him lay there, and because he had they got that poison in those blades or whatever.
God, I guess it's just a show, obviously,
Well,
but
yeah,
God, when you're watching that, you're like, God,
Yeah.
just fucking kill him.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah.
thinking?
Yeah.
If you were really in that situation,
he had him down. He had him down on the ground.
Yeah.
he didn't have to do anything. Because
Just had to
they
keep talking.
Because those Martells they poisoned their blades, so
Yeah.
he
He's all-
struck him, and that poison would have just I mean, obviously, he turned into the Mountain / Frankenstein now,
Yeah.
but which has produced some awesome deaths, by the way.
Oh my God.
Because man,
He's
that
just a ruthless
in that
freaking
one
killer.
season where he goes up to that guy and just slams his head into the wall.
Just for
oh
fun.
man, I about died.
Just because you hadn't
right.
seen anybody die in a while.
Oh man, it was so satisfying though. I was just like, that is hilarious. That is one crazy way to go. Just your head just.
They do that in every season, though. They do it with the giant, like the giant slams that guy against the wall.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's
awesome.
freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It's just so good. I read the other day that they're going to keep, after they are done recording the show, they're going to keep King's Landing up as a tourist attraction.
Really?
Yep. Read that on Facebook. It's got to be true, right?
Well,
fake
I
news.
mean the whole thing isn't. It's not totally real. Like when you see the full picture of it, I mean some of that CGI, but they film it in Croatia,
Oh, really?
I think. Pretty sure, because that's where Cassie's from, and she always talks about like wanting to go back there and visit. And I'm like, hey, take me with you. I want to go to the
Cassie?
Game of Thrones thing. So
Really? She's
Yeah.
from Croatia, huh?
yeah, that last name is definitely. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say the last name on the podcast, but yeah, the
She's
last
a
name
total
is
badass boxer chick.
definitely yeah.
Kick your ass now.
I know,
Kick my
right?
ass, probably.
Just jack me in the jaw. Don't say anything. Don't say anything wrong around that woman. That's for sure, man.